Welcome to my second woodworking video for those that have limited space, such as I do. This one's covering my compound sliding miter saw that you see right here. It's a Dewalt, nice saw. Unfortunately, I ran into one problem. This where it's sitting right now, I used to have a inexpensive Craftsman saw, as you can see right here. Well, I caught this saw on sale, so it was kind of a spontaneous purchase, and I always wanted a slider, but then I ran into some problems. The original setup that I had, I didn't need as much depth space, and so it wasn't going to work obviously for a slider. So I had to do some modifying. I had to replace the bottom melamine board. I had to move this wing over a little bit more, and just to make space. But what works real well for me on this is how it hugs when stored right up next to the wall. It actually takes up less space than the Craftsman one did when it was in this location. Let me go ahead and show you how it looks when it's all slid out and put together, and show you the features of it. And this will be part one of a two-part video. The second one's going to be on the dust collection that I built for it. It's working really well, and it's detachable. And here's what it looks like all set up. The only thing that's not included right now is the dust hood, which I have sitting over here, which is going to be a separate video, part two. Let me show you what all I had to do to get this to happen for me. Okay, first off, I needed to be able to get it away from the wall, since it is a slider. So in order to achieve this, what I did is I got me some $12 100-pound full-length slides. You see right there, got one on both sides from Lowe's. And so basically the whole tray just sits on top of those slides. And I got some 3/4 inch poplar hardwood right here. That helps it to come on out. Now, you can't see it real good in the video, but on top of this side, on that side, you can probably see a little bit of a glare. I have that that slick tape that you can get 3/4 inches wide. It comes in a roll. You get it at woodworking stores. It's very smooth. It's good, used for jigs and stuff a lot. The reason why I have that is this table to help support all the weight. This saw weighs about 50 pounds. Is I have the melamine board rest. See if you can see it right there. Right back here. It rests right on top of the poplar. So the weight isn't all on the hinge. So in the back, it's back. It rests on top of the poplar and slides on that, I'm not even sure what to call it, UVM whatever tape, but you can find it in woodworking stores. So that's the slide out portion. I wanted something really stable though, to be able to hold some weight right here at the saw. So, excuse me. So right here I just used a 2x2 board, and I made a little bracket here, the little slide pin, so I can pull it, insert it, and take it out. That way I don't have to worry about no sagging at all. I can put a 4x4 on top of this and not have to worry about the weight pulling down and pulling my setup away from the wall. So that's how I got that part out. Now for my wings. I built this on the fly. I wasn't planning on it. I normally plan things out before I do it. But this, like I said, this came on sale. Caught me off guard, and I caught myself building something for it before I really thought it all out. And what I mean by all that is I didn't build the table as wide as I would have liked. So when it came time to of adding extension wings, I was kind of limited. I limited myself by space. Excuse me. So I had to come up with a different way of attaching that. Now I'll show you how I did that. I did a little bit different on both ends. But in short, I'll show you the inside. Here, going up into a groove, I just use a piece of aluminum plate and then screw that on. This bracket right here, this wooden bracket, excuse me, fighting the cold. I just have a wing nut, the little T like you use for drywalls. They close and you go through the hole. The original 2 holes here that were designed for the feed, the extension wings. They just pushed it through there and clamped that onto there. So that's how that holds all this on. So this here just sits on by gravity, and then it can't pull off because this metal goes up into a plate. And I'll show you the underside of this in a second. To hold on this side, I just use my workbench. And I made this little attachment wing, drilled a hole at 7 degrees, so the weight pushing down locks it onto my dowel. And I have a little pin right here, and this is the head of the pin. And that's what holds it down right here. Fairly strong. I wouldn't want to put, excuse me, wouldn't want to put a really heavy item on that, obviously. If so, I'd just bring out one of my roller tables and set it underneath of it and jack it up, but it takes a little more time to do that. So this here is quick, easy to set up, easy to level, and works real well, especially for the light projects. And on this side, I did the exact same thing, as you can see right there, but I did something a little bit different over here. I made a little slide underneath my router table. This is all staying in the concept of limited space. And I'll show you how that works right real quick. Basically, if I take this table off, try to do it one-handed. Here you can see the underside. That slight groove right there will sit on that metal aluminum plate right here, which is just shy of an 1/8 inch thick, and that keeps it from being able to pull out. Screws, I use those for levelers, and then on this side, look underneath, there's a finger hole. Once it's set in place, I just put my hand out here, slide that out, and that's what holds my the table. And then on the other side, to get my thickness I needed, I just put another piece of scrap wood, and that screw there is used for leveling. This outside is just a little bit low. There's a slight sag to it. Once again, I wouldn't want to use a lot of weight on this. Once again, if I needed something heavy on my table, I would go ahead and put a roller attachment out here, set underneath it and adjust it and hold it that way. I didn't mention these. Got these at Harbor Freight for $4 a piece. 500-pound clamps. The purpose of these is when they're locked in, that helps hold the back down tight so there's no tipping of the saw or anything like that. It takes about 5 minutes to totally set everything up. One of the handicaps of being in limited space and having to have everything on mobile bases, just like you see the rest of my tools. But it works real well. Hope this gives somebody some ideas. Apologize about the coughing. Like once again, that time of year, colds. But if you have a compound sliding miter saw and you have limited space and you need to be able to put it close to a wall, this might give you an idea too. Now, and as you can see right here, once it's all put back into its location, it doesn't take up much space. Behind it sits the left side extension wing. Show it down there. That's the forward leg that supported the front. And the right side feed tray I just put underneath here. So once again, it's all compact and stored real well. And this is what it looks like without the dust collection. Now, if you're interested in dust collection, click on the hyperlink up above, and that'll show you how I came up with my dust collection system. Thank you.